Howdy, folks, and welcome to a tall tale that's bigger than the state it came from. They say everything's bigger in Texas, but nothing, and I mean nothing, was ever bigger than Pecos Bill. The legend goes that when Bill was just a baby, his family was heading west when their wagon hit a bump. Little Bill bounced right out, and nobody noticed until miles later. By then, he was all alone on the wild Texas plains. But don't you worry, he didn't cry. Nope. A pack of coyotes found him, raised him as one of their own, and that's how Pecos Bill grew up tougher than Rawhide and twice as wild. By the time he was a teenager, Bill could outrun a jackrabbit and howl louder than a coyote on a full moon night. One day, a lone cowboy came riding by and saw Bill wrestling a full-grown grizzly bear for fun. The cowboy, completely stunned, asked, "Son, what in tarnation are you doing?" Bill just tilted his head and said, "Ain't this how y'all play?" It was right then that Bill learned he wasn't a coyote after all. He was a human. So he packed up his things, said goodbye to his furry family, and rode off to find other folks like him. Now when Pecos Bill became a cowboy, he didn't just ride horses, he tamed tornadoes. You heard me right. One time, a twister came roaring across the desert. Instead of running for cover, Bill grabbed his lasso, swung it high over his head, and rode that tornado clear into Oklahoma. Folks say that's how the Rio Grande got dug, from where Bill's spurs carved deep into the ground. And his horse? Oh, that was Widowmaker, the meanest, wildest bronco in all of creation. Most men couldn't even look at him without getting kicked halfway to Kansas. But Bill? He jumped right on that stallion, and after 3 days of dust, thunder, and lightning, he broke him in. From that day forward, the two were inseparable, a perfect match of wild spirit and raw power. Now, Bill wasn't just wild, he had a heart as big as Texas, and that heart fell for a woman named Slue-Foot Sue. She was tough, beautiful, and brave, the only gal who could ride a giant catfish down the Rio Grande. They planned to marry right there in the desert, but Sue, wanting to look fancy for the occasion, wore a giant steel spring bustle under her skirt. A big, big mistake. When she tried to mount Widowmaker, that horse bucked so hard she went flying straight up, so high she hit the moon. She bounced back down, hit the ground, and whoosh, flew right back up again. Over and over, bouncing higher and higher each time. Bill tried everything to bring her down, but she just kept bouncing, until she finally floated off into the sky, never to be seen again. They say Bill's heart broke that day. He rode off into the desert with Widowmaker and was never seen again either. Some folks say he's still out there, riding across the stars, lassoing thunderclouds and howling with his old coyote brothers. And that, my friends, is the legend of Pecos Bill, the wildest cowboy who ever lived, rugged, tough, and carved from Texas dust. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this slice of American folklore, don't forget to hit that like button. And subscribe for more legendary tales. We'll see you next time.